let's talk about these multi-streaming services. Now, what it is basically is a lot of things have happened, especially with, was it last month or 2 months ago, they allowed their partners to be able to stream to other platforms. Not at the same time, but before they were locked into just streaming on YouTube, just streaming on Twitch. So now they have the option of streaming on a Twitch, cutting that feed or stopping that stream, and then immediately start streaming on YouTube or any other place, at Facebook if you really want to, and everything like that. They also made it possible, if you're a Twitch partner, if you can also stream on Twitch and TikTok or Instagram live, what reels or whatever it is, at the same time, because they, for some reason, Twitch thinks that TikTok is not a worthy competitor in their eyes. But those feelings might change, because YouTube and TikTok are like behemoths within the world of streaming and video content. So a lot of talk has been going on where, well, how can I do this? What possible things can I use in order to restream? It's a good thing you asked, my fair friend. Take a look at what are these multi-streaming possibilities that you could use. Now, I have not found any of these services that are online or web-based to be free, with one caveat. Restream.io does have a free tier. The only problem is after you create your account, you can only stream to 2 services at the same time. The problem is that if you want to go for like a custom rtmp, which is very similar to, say, another service that is not on the list, you can go to that as well. Or Glimish has a custom rtmp server that you can use. Problem is, with Restream.io, you can only go to 2 locations, which means that on your streaming software, let's say OBS, you put in the your Restream.io account information, like the stream key and the URL that they give you, and you stream to Restream. There's going to be a whole lot of restreams and streaming, and it's going to trip me up tonight. But you stream to Restream.io servers. What Restream.io does is take your feed and send it off to YouTube or Twitch, to Facebook Gaming, and whatever free account or tier service that you can stream to. That's good because it's free and it's a very robust system. And the added benefit is you can have the integrated chat capability as well. So you don't have to have 2 different windows open to start viewing chat. You can see your YouTube chat and your Twitch chat all together. And what you can do is integrate it into your overlay as well, because they have that capability. You just take the browser source and put it in OBS as a new browser source, and then set it up as an overlay. Now, the caveats is that if you really want to stream to a Facebook page or a Facebook gaming page, that is not part of the free tier. That is part of the paid tier. Okay. So you have 2 choices, or 2 destinations that you can go to. So you can go to a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel, DLive, Trovo, and all of these, which are more of European and South American and Asian countries. So you have all of these choices, but as you can see here, you have options, but on a free tier, they're not available. You have to pay monthly, which is at least $20 a month, in order to use the custom rtmp, stream to Wowza or Akamai. And also for Facebook pages or groups, you need to upgrade to that particular, the paid plan as well. So that is an issue with using Restream, but you have an option to streaming to 2 destinations for free, no problem. Like I said earlier, all you do is put in the browser or the custom URL, stream key, the stream to restream.io, and what they do is take your feed that you're sending them, and then they send it to the 2 channels that you choose from, or the 2 destinations that you want. Now, another option, this is a little bit more lower cost. It's a smaller platform, but it does pretty much the same thing. Unfortunately, it does not have a free tier. You do have to pay for the service, but the service, like I said, is lower cost. So let's take a look at the pricing chart here. And as you can see, it's a lot cheaper than $20 a month for restream.io's. So if you want to set up an account here, it gets $2 or about $2 to $3 converted to freedom units. You get 1 live output. That's if you're just on the essential plan. You get full source quality, and it's the same thing for Restream.io. Whatever you send Restream that's what they send out to the other services. Now you can also send to a rtmp, Twitch, Glimish, Theta TV, Trovo, DLive, Steam, OnlyFans, Facebook. Now, unfortunately, Facebook and rtmp is on the streamer side of things, the streamer account, which is a little bit more, but just by a little bit. It's £5, or say $7 with the conversion rates. So you have options here that is a more affordable option, I should say. And they include all the services, and rtmp, and everything like that, and unlimited live outputs. So you can stream out to everything, everywhere. But they do not have a integrated chat feature. They do, it's still in beta, and it's something that is not on the forefront. They're more focused on keeping and running Aircast as a service, as a service to keep that running. So the integrated chat experience with the different platforms is there, but it's not as good as Restream.io's. So there is a caveat. So what you would do is you have to have your windows open for each service that you're going to, which can lead to confusion and stuff like that. I'll talk about a good option that you can have a little bit later for a integrated your Twitch, YouTube, or I'm sorry, your Twitch, Trovo, and Glimish chats into one section. So this is Aircast, and it's a very good service. I've used it in the past. I've used all these services in the past to varying degrees of reliability. Now there is another option. That option is by using Streamlabs. Yes, Streamlabs, that famous service that had caught some controversy earlier this year with the OBS team, but I think everything has been settled out now and it's okay. You can use their service, especially if you use the Streamlabs desktop software, to multi-stream to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Trovo. And yes, it integrates your chat all into one section. So as you can see, all your chats from Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Trovo in one place. And you can multi-stream from Streamlabs desktop, because as I say, it's available directly inside Streamlabs desktop with Prime. What does that mean? Streamlabs Prime is their paid for service. What that entitles you to is a streamer website, a little bit more with the services that are available to a larger storage for your alerts, sound effects, videos, and graphics. They offer different resources, custom chatbot names, and a couple of different things. So here is something that you can use, but it'll cost you around $20 a month. So if we click on Prime, so as you can see with Streamlabs, You have two options available. You have the monthly and an annual plan. Monthly, it'll cost you about $20 a month. And with the annual plan, it's about $150. But it does give you a 35% discount on that annual plan. So it gives you the options for stream overlays. You can do multi-streaming. You have a custom tip page. Unlock all the apps, which most of them are probably not the best. Yeah, custom merch store, panel library, and gold all-star status, whatever that is worth to you, as completely up to you and how bad that you want. Swag and a custom cloud bot. So that is Streamlabs Prime. Is it worth it to you? For $20 a month, you get the custom tip page website that they provide to you. You have options for custom themes that you can use on there, the custom alerts that you can use. And if you're wanting to use a Streamlabs desktop software, you can do that as well. And it's make it easy to integrate the software, which all of the software is just a forked version of OBS. That's all it is. They made some tweaks to it, but that's pretty much all it is with Streamlabs desktop. Now, there are a couple other things with the service here on Streamlabs. Is, again, like I said, the custom chatbot name. So you can have a custom name. It's not going to come up with Streamlabs and whatever like command or something that you have. It'll be whatever you want it to set up as a custom name. Now, like I mentioned before, a way to get your chat from Twitch, Trovo, and Glimish, if you use any of those services, or if you use all three, or you stream to all three, I should say, is you can use a bot called Mix It Up. This is what I have here, and don't need it all bigified. So I have a capability to view my chats from Twitch, Trovo, and Glimish. They'll show up here as well. And you can easily set this up to integrate those three services. So you can also use commands in all three services. So if I do exclamation point Discord, and what's going to do is automatically send that command to the different services. That's pretty much it for the basic services that you can use. That there are a free plan on restream.io, but you're relegated to just 2 destinations. So it's good if you want to stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, or Twitch and Trovo, or Trovo and YouTube. There are the free, there is the paid plan, which is around $20 a month. That opens up a larger set of destinations that you can go to, like a custom rtmp server, Facebook page, or Facebook groups if you are so inclined to be streaming to Facebook, and a couple other destinations as well. I think you can stream up to 5 destinations on the first paid tier. You have aircast.app. There is no free version. There is a paid essential, which gives you 1 destination, or the $5 or £5 or €5 or $6, depending on which monetary conversion you want to look at. It's very low cost that will send you to as limited as whatever accounts that you have set up. But the problem is you don't have integrated chat. You have to set that up for your different windows, that you have to have your chat windows set up, that you have to be monitoring. Then you also have Streamlabs OBS. So that is a $20 a month charge to join the Streamlabs Prime. That gives you the option for a website, a custom website that you can design, a tip page, and a couple other features that are probably very useful if you're into that sort of thing, like a merch store and other options like a custom chatbot name. And you can also have integrated chat within Streamlabs desktop software. Now, there are some other services here. if you're doing a show, like if you want to set up like a podcast or something, a good piece of software, or I should say a web page that you want to go look, at least check out, is Streamyard. What Streamyard is a multi-streaming service, but with the added benefit, you don't need OBS. You can stream using your web browser, and it takes your feed that you're sending it from your web browser to Twitch, YouTube, and other places. Now, the pricing on this is the same. It's $20 a month for a basic plan. You get unlimited streaming. You have 10 people that you can invite onto your show or podcast. You can set up a custom overlay, logo, backgrounds. You can do custom rtmp destinations, and you have a 6-hour stream recording, and you can do 3 destinations for your multi-stream. Let's see if I'm multi-streaming here. So with StreamYard, you can stream to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Open, and Twitter, as well as Twitch and the rtmp server that you want to stream to. Now, this is geared more for, like I said, for podcast, or you do like a talking head. It's not really geared for gaming, because what you're doing is you're sharing your screen, but it's not the fastest, it's not the best. There's going to be noticeable lag. Like I said, it's mostly for a talking head type stuff, like a podcast. Now, I know Twitch, by this sometime next month in November, they're going to be releasing Guest Star to everybody. Guest Star is it takes this similar format, but it's more integrated into the Twitch ecosystem. Now, what that means is that you'll not be able to multi-stream from Twitch to everything else. All they're doing is adding guest, hence the name Guest Star, into your stream using a browser source that you can plug into your OBS software. So that's why I didn't really mention Twitch's Guest Star service that's coming up. Actually, it's in testing right now with all partners and some affiliates. Next month, they want to release it to everybody. We'll see how long that would be, because we know Twitch and the software is probably not going to be up to standards just yet. There will be a delay, more than likely, but it's not a restreaming service. Now, there is others out there. Restream does have this capability as well. So if you don't have OBS, or if you're just want to get started on like a podcast or something like that, the easiest solution you can do is use StreamYard or Restream.io's version of this as well. There's also Riverside, that is the same thing, as more of a talking head service, have the capability of multi-streaming. Streamlabs has their own service as well called Melon. Same thing that you see here, talking head. You invite your guest, and you guys can record your podcast, and either 720 or 1080, depending on the level of account that you want, or the level of, I don't want to say professionalism, but your level of account, let's go with that, to your stream. Either the lower tier has 720, 1080p streaming is at the next one up, the more business side of things. So most of the time with podcasts and stuff, 720 would be fine. Now with Riverside, they take that concept of doing a podcast type show or service and make it so that your guest audio is recorded, and also their video is recorded separately. So what's going to happen is that you'll have your audio and your video, your guest audio and video is going to be separate files that you can download to, say, DaVinci Resolve, and do your final edits on that, or Final Cut Pro, or whatever you use. So you have a lot of capability that you can use with Riverside. And it's a nice thing to have that separation, just in case your guest audio as it's coming through is not the best. And by using an external editor, you can punch up the audio to more manageable level. So it gives you those options that you wouldn't have any other place. Aircast doesn't have this capability. Like I said, restream.io does. And let's take a look at Restream. This is the free version of Restream. It's just very similar to Streamyard and Riverside and Melon. The problem is you have Restream branding on your show, or your feed. That's the caveat you're going to have for doing the free side of things. You have to have the Restream logo on there instead of your logo. With the standard, you have no Restream branding, which is great. You can stream to 5 destinations, or 5 channels. You unlock the Facebook pages, groups, custom rtmp that we already talked about. You can stream on your guest channels, which means that not only is your show available on your channel, but it'll also be available on your guest channel as if they have a channel. So it gives the option to have 2 more sources, or more destinations, I should say, that your podcast and stuff is available on. You can also have 6-hour recording, and you can have 2 total seats for your team. So you can have like yourself and an editor, or a production, or somebody else that helps run the show. You can also have available your own overlays, logos, videos, and backgrounds while in studio, and you can have up to 10 on-screen guests. So that is Restream.io's studio feature. Again, you can also has the multi-stream capability, but it's also more geared for podcasts, talking head shows, people just getting together and just talking while maybe showcasing a video or a website every once in a while. Again, these services like Streamyard, Restream, Riverside is not for gaming, because you're streaming using your browser. So the capability of what is possible is a little bit lower than what it would be if you're using OBS and just the multi-streaming capability. So that is the difference between just multi-streaming and streaming with your browser. So there's several options that you can do, and you can use a combination of, let's say you want to do Restream.io and you have a show that you do once a week, but you also want to play games and multi-stream to other things. You can use their studio for your shows, and then OBS for the rest of your gaming sessions, because OBS will be it's much more capable for gaming streaming. So that's it for basic multi-streaming and running through different things. And it all depends on what your budget is. If you want to go for a lower budget with the same capabilities, but you don't have integrated chat, I would suggest aircast.app. It's very capable. If $20 a month is okay for you, I would suggest Restream.io. If you have a lot of your alerts and other stuff tied in to Streamlabs, I would suggest staying with Streamlabs and integrating into their Streamlabs Prime, because you already have all their stuff together. So it might as well just tack on another thing for $20 a month and add multi-streaming with their desktop software. If you want to do a show, like a podcast or anything like that, Restream.io is very capable, and Riverside and Streamyard is another option that you want to check out. And a lot of these places do offer a free trial for 14 days or 30 days. Just give them a try to see which one works out better for you. Now, if you want to check out another video, go ahead, hit that link. Actually, it'll be somewhere over there for another video here